Right now, many developers are struggling because GitHub Copilot and Chat usually have limited credits, which is what I had here. I had limited credit and I could not actually have access to my subscription model. They gave me 200 credit and I've exhausted it. If I click on view details, you can see how the models I used it for and how it was exhausted. So it's only going to be renewed on 1st of July. So for now, I can't have access to any model. I can build anything on my VS Code. But what if I told you that you can turn your VS Code into an AI coding assistant completely free, which is what I want to do. I'm using OpenRouter, which is actually a unified interface for LLMs, and most better price, better uptime, and no subscription. You just create an API and a API key, connect it to your VS Code, and you have access to it. So let me show you how to set it up. First off, if you don't have VS Code, you go to vscode.com, code.visualstudio.com, and you will see your VS Code. If it's not accessible here, you click on download and it shows you the different operating system of VS Code you have for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So when you have that installed, you should have your VS Code installed this way. And when it's installed, what you need to do is to go to extensions and search for Continue. So Continue is the open source AI coding agent we are going to use to connect our VS Code to different AI models like ChatGPT, OpenAI, and others. So what it does is this: it continue. It has been acquired by Cohere, but it's still open source. We still have access to, which is what we are going to be using. So here we have to install it. Clicking on it to install. So it has been installed on our computer. If you right click here, you can see the interface of it. It looks cool. Now, after doing that, you can see it's opening on the sidebar. We need to open our OpenRouter. So OpenRouter is here. So we need to set account. If you have an account, you can actually create an account. I created mine. So when you are done creating, you go to workspaces. So here you click on the API keys. You have access to the API keys section. You click here to zoom in on. Here you click here, you see new key. Over here you select name, type the name you want here. You click on the credit limit. So here is actually the name, which is what I typed here. Type the name of the API key you want to give it. Then the credit limit, I usually left my blank because I want unlimited. But if you want to give yourself a limited credit, you type here. I left it blank because I don't want it to be resetted. But you can actually reset it daily, weekly, or monthly. And here is expiration. If you don't want your API key to expire, once you expire, you can select days you want it to expire. So after being done with that, you click on create to place your API. But I have this created and I have my API keys already saved. It's time for us to select the model, which is the important part, and import it in our app. So over here we have the continue tab open. So from here you see select a model, click on it. There's no model configured. I'll click here to add a model. Click here. This is OpenAI provider, but you can actually add your OpenAI key if you have. For those that have OpenAI key, you can go, but it's actually limited unless you're using Pro, which is paid. So but we want the free one, which is what our video is all about. So we are going to choose free models. So what I'll do is click on OpenAI and go to OpenRouter, select it. So it loads different model for us. So from there, we'll click here and I want free model. So I click on free and I want to use, try to look for Google model that is free, that has large size. So we just go to run. This is 331B, Gamma 4. This is Gamma 4 26B. And let's look for if we can see someone that is higher than that. Like Google, this is 3, this is 2.5, this is nano for image generation. So I think this is okay. So we'll click on this and you can see the model is selected, and this model is good. It's enough for coding, debugging, and also learning. So we can also do click here and I'll paste my API key. You can see I pasted it, and when I click on connect, it opens this configuration from 5 for me to have my models configured. You can see provide OpenRouter model. This is a model. This is my API key already here. And you can see my maximum tokens and capability to use. So we look here, you can now have our Gamma 4 model installed. So why do we need free models? It's very important because for beginners, we need to do some project and we most times we keep learning how to use the LLM and all those tokenization and all those stuff, know how to chat so that we'll not exhaust our tokens. So we need a free model to learn it and practice. So that's actually why we need a free model. So after that, we need to actually do what? Come again to add and configure our router settings by adding on that router. Click here to add a new model. We have our OpenRouter, we have Gamma, but we need on that one. Let me pick a model that's type here free. Then let me pick a model that's by NVIDIA. I think I have this Ultra, is nice. I did a background check on it and found out that it's actually nice. So you can actually take a look at your models from here. When you go back to model section, you can see there are a lot of models here. Here allows you to set your outright pricing. You can actually reduce this to free. So you can see that we have free models here. You can see free. So these are actually some models that are good. So I selected this because why? If you look at it, it's an open reasoning orchestration model from NVIDIA. It has 55 billion active parameters. Output, then here you can see it's free, input free, output free. So there's no restriction. GPS, latency 7.6, uptime always on. And here is an average input size. You can see some information about it. So we having this, so you see it's actually a good one. So I'll be adding it on our VS Code. So I'll go down, this is it, click on it, and it's added. We paste our OpenAI key again, and I click on connect, and you can see it has actually added another. We have this already here. So we have our second here, which is this that talks about our model here. So now, I'll be adding another model maybe for the coding. Then we're looking for a model that is for coding. So let's see if we can get any router. Click on free. Let's add this Unicode, paste our AI code, and we have it added here only. Then we run our code, enter a Python, write a Python letter. Click enter, you see the clearance, you can see thinking, and here you can see that our coder, see we tell it to explain a bug and it's thinking, and hola, we did that. Be happy to help, just provide me with what the blog is all about and this and that. And we can ask it to generate generate Arduino code, and let's see, you can see generating an Arduino code. This code is sensor data and controls an LED based on the reading. This is what it does. LCD display. You can see imported LCD display. So we have this model. So over here we have our free model loading for free, and probably if we go to our AI use, go to our usage on the model we are using the free model pricing free. We are using this. So if we click on this, we should see some codings we have done. It's not reflecting yet. You can see latency, and it's actually going up time. That's always been up. And if you go to my dashboard and go to my activity, then you can see the token I've used today. This is my token. This is how many tokens I've used. See the total token. This is how many requests I've made. And you can see the token I used. This one I used this, and I used this on today. You can see all the token breakdown, prompt selection. So this is an overview of everything that is done. So why? This is where it becomes powerful. Now you can actually code the Arduino project faster, you can debug Python code, you can learn programming step by step, generate boilerplate code instantly, learn while building. So connect. Now let me be honest with you, this is not exactly GitHub Copilot. You can see your GitHub Copilot here, but this is actually good for beginners and students who don't have enough to start learning and building real projects. If this helped you, subscribe to KinspireTech, and we are building real world tech skills by fixing, learning, and building.